Hello everyone! Today we will talk about plan, meaning and definitions of planning, characteristic of planning, steps in planning function. Lecture 4. Plan. A detailed proposal for doing or achieving something. An intention or decision about what one is going to do. A set of decisions about how to do something in the future. Planning means looking ahead and chalking out future courses of action to be followed. It is a preparatory step. It is a systematic activity which determines when, how, and who is going to perform a specific job. Planning is a detailed program regarding future courses of action. It is rightly said, well planned is half done. You can see Theo Hammond and George R. Terry's definition of plan. Alfred and Betty and Louis A. Allen's definitions of plan. Counts and O'Donnell's definitions of plan. Planning. Thus, planning is deciding in the present what to do in the future. It directs efforts and resources of an enterprise toward the common objectives. In conclusion, we may define planning as the thinking process, the organized foresight, the vision based on fact and experience that is required for intelligent action. It is careful scheduling of efforts and investment, and the integrated mix of man, machines, money, and effort to achieve a established objective by a given time in future. Planning requires both creativity and analysis in defining business opportunities and constraints. Hence, it is called the art of the possible. It's the process of guiding the business enterprise toward clearly specified objectives with the clearest possible view of the future. Deciding what is desired and determining the actions required are both involved in planning. Peter Drucker. In the words of Drucker, the planning function of management is the continuous process of making present entrepreneurial decisions systematically and with best possible knowledge of their futurity. The organizing systematically the efforts needed to carry out these decisions. To be measured the results of these decisions against the expectations through organized systematic feedback. Steps in planning function. First, establishment of objectives. The first step in planning is the statement of objectives to be achieved by the concern. It should be known to every member of the concern as to what are its purpose and objectives. Objectives indicate what basically is to be done. Planning requires a systematic approach. Planning starts with the setting of goals and objectives to be achieved. Objectives provide a rationale for undertaking various activities as well as indicate direction of efforts. Moreover, objectives focus the attention of managers on the end results to be achieved. As a matter of fact, objectives provide nucleus to the planning process. Therefore, objectives should be stated in a clear, precise, and unambiguous language. Otherwise, the activities undertaken are bound to be ineffective. As far as possible, objectives should be stated in quantitative terms. For example, number of men working, wages given, units produced, etc. But such an objective cannot be stated in quantitative terms, like performance of quality control manager, effectiveness of personnel manager. Such goals should be specified in qualitative terms. Hence, objectives should be practical, acceptable, workable, and achievable. Second step, establishment of planning premises. Establishment of planning premises is concerned with determining where one tends to deviate from the actual plans and causes of such deviations. It's to find out what obstacles are there in the way of business during the course of operations. Planning premises may be internal or external. Internal includes capital investment policy, management-labor relations, philosophy of management. External includes socioeconomic, political, and economical changes. Third step, choice of alternative course of action. When forecasts are available and premises are established, a number of alternative course of actions have to be considered. For this purpose, each and every alternative will be evaluated by weighing its pros and cons in the light of resources available and the requirements of the organization. Fourth step, formulation of derivative plans. Derivative plans are the sub-plans or secondary plans which help in the achievement of main plan. Secondary plans will flow from the basic plan. These are meant to support and expedite the achievement of basic plans. These detailed plans include policies, procedures, rules, programmed budgets, schedules, etc. Derivative plans indicate time, schedule, and sequence of accomplishing various tasks. Fifth step, securing cooperation. After the plans have been determined, it is necessary, rather advisable, to take subordinates or those who have to implement these plans into confidence. The purposes behind taking them into confidence are: subordinates may feel motivated since they are involved in decision-making process. The organization may be able to get valuable suggestions and improvement in formulation as well as implementation of plans. As the employees will be more interested in the execution of these plans. Sixth step, follow-up appraisal of plans. After choosing a particular course of action, it's put into action. After the selected plan is implemented, it is important to appraise its effectiveness. This is done on the basis of feedback or information received from the department or persons concerned. This enables the management to correct deviations or modify the plan. This step establishes a link between planning and controlling function. The follow-up must go side by side the implementation of plans, so that in the light of observations made, future plans can be made more realistic. Conclusion. A plan is a template to capture the future. Planning is an intellectual process, conscious determination of courses of actions, the basing of decision on purpose, facts and considered estimates. Planning is deciding in advance what is to be done. It's rightly said, Well planned is half done. Thank you for attention me.